Jurassic, Chapter 2, The Art by Kosmonautthai, written and narrated by Elizabeth Doomford. Violet chased after the round ball along with her sisters. She prepared to pounce, but was then knocked out of the way. Violet shook her head and she got back onto her feet. Omega, play nice, Monica's voice echoed through the training room. She was short and thin and wore her black hair up in a ponytail. She used to wear it down, but stopped when Omega tried to eat it and ended up coughing up a hairball. Monica was like a mom to the raptors. Violet even addressed her as such, even though the fleshy couldn't understand her. Violet looked at her older sister. "Watch it, Pipsqueak," she hissed. "Omega, I mean it. Do I have to send you to your bed?" Mommy Monica threatened. Alpha approached. "Omega, leave Violet alone." She was the oldest and always seemed to be the calmest and collected out of the four of us. Omega snorted in frustration and headed over to the ball, which was now occupying Beta, the second oldest. Alpha looked down at Violet. "Don't mind her, she's just a bully." Violet bobbed her head. "Thanks." Alpha nuzzled the top of Violet's head before running off to join the other two. Violet hesitated. She wanted to play with the others too, but didn't want to get in the way again. She was smaller than the other three, her claws weren't as sharp, and she wasn't as fast. Although she was better at hunting due to her size, she still felt inferior. Violet noticed a toy mouse and proceeded to practice her attacks on it. She wanted to prove that she was strong enough to practice outside like the other pack. After what seemed like only moments of playing, the large metal doors that led to the outside training grounds opened. 4 raptors dashed in and quickly took over the playroom. Their papa followed. "Oh, Owen! I didn't notice the time. I'll get the girls into their beds so your girls can play." Mommy Monica stood. She had a clipboard. So did the papa. Owen shook his head. "It's alright. Have a seat, Mel. My girls are just hyper from all the fresh air. It would be good for them to play with others and learn a bit of sharing." Mommy Monica laughed, but it didn't sound like the happy kind of laugh she had, like when Violet would nuzzle her neck. It sounded worried. "My girls barely know how to share. Omega is pushy, Alpha is authoritative, and Beta is sneaky." "What about Violet?" Mommy Monica took a deep breath and looked over at Violet, who was watching the two chat as if she understood. Maybe she did? "She's fragile." Violet flinched. Fragile? Her? Small, yes. A bit behind developmentally, maybe. But fragile? She hissed under her breath and attacked the mouse. She ended up missing it entirely and face planted onto the ground. Papa Owen chuckled. "I think you upset her." Mommy Monica knew better than to rush over. With so many raptors in the room, she'd be an easy meal. So she stood still. "Oh, Vi, I'm sorry," she called over. Violet picked herself up and scoffed, turning her back to her mom. "Fragile? How rude." One of the other raptors approached. She had yellow eyes like Violet, but her scales were darker. And although she had a stripe like Violet did, the raptor's stripe was blue. The raptor tilted her head. "Are you still playing with that?" Violet followed the raptor's gaze to the mouse. "Yes, but if you want to play with it, I've already been in one fight today." Although it wasn't much of a fight since she did nothing but fall over. The other raptor didn't move. "We could play with it together," she offered. Violet was speechless. "I'll take your silence as a yes." She walked past Violet. "I'm Blue, by the way." "Violet." She introduced herself in turn. Blue couldn't have been much older than Violet. Perhaps 6 months? "Come on, Violet. I'll show you how to attack real prey." "Looks like those two are hitting it off," Papa Owen said in the distance. Mommy Monica sighed. "Yeah, I'm glad. But should we break up the fight between the others? Or at least add another ball?" Papa Owen laughed. "Nah, they're predatorial animals. They'll figure out how to hunt the ball as a unit at some point."